izuzwana. Molo sisi kunjani uphilile na bendicela umzuzu wokuthetha nawe mna. Molo sisi kunjani uphilile na bendicela umzuzu wokuthetha nawe mna. Ndithi molo sisi kunjani uphilile na bendicela umzuzu wokuthetha nawe mna. Awu molo sisi kunjani uphilile na bendicela umzuzu wokuthetha nawe mna. Ndikubonisa lo udlula ndaphelelwa ngamandla mna kuba bendibona umama wabantwana bam. Ndikubonisa lo udlula ndaphelelwa ngamandla mna kuba bendibona umama wabantwana bam. Ndikubonisa lo udlula ndaphelelwa ngamandla mna kuba bendibona umama wabantwana bam. Ndikubonisa lo udlula ndaphelelwa ngamandla mna kuba bendibona umama wabantwana bam. Molo sisi kunjani uphilile na bendicela umzuzu wokuthetha nawe mna. Hayi ndiyabulisa ndithi molo sisi unjani uphilile na bendicela umzuzu wokuthetha nawe mna. Ndikubonisa lo udlula ndaphelelwa ngamandla mna kuba bendibona umama wabantwana bam. 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 Thank you.
Applause, ladies and gentlemen. Siteni, it's no more, Nanatina. Yes, that sounded beautiful, just to get the night going. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends. Of course, Osingaye, today, the leadership of students. They are actually the majority here for a great change, which is an indication that today or tonight is about them. Colleagues, please allow me just to probably deal with just the house rules before we get the program going. Just a few housekeeping rules, there aren't many. Rule number one, may I suggest or request that you please put your phones on silent. or if you so wish, you put it off. You can still take pictures, of course, for the content. You don't want that missed out, right? So please. And then the bathrooms, just as you exit the door, and you climb up the little stairs on the left-hand side, that's the ladies' side, and then on the right-hand side would be for the gents, just to ensure that if you need a comfort break. And of course, to exit, this side is open should there be an emergency, and from the side where we walk through, we can always exit from there. I think that is just about that. Colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Siyabonga Mkunyelwa. I have been requested to direct the program tonight on this very special occasion where we are, the Student Governance Leadership Development Department has decided to do an Src Inauguration and Oath-taking ceremony, which is the first of its kind since I've been part of WSU. I've never been part of it. Maybe it's happened, but it's my first time, and it's quite exciting that we've had our VC and our senior leadership that have had to wait for people to converge and gather here to make sure that today is going to be possible. And that for me is great and wonderful. A round of applause, ladies and gents, that we've got our senior leadership that has taken time and cancelled very important assignment tonight. Chairperson of council, council members, vice chancellor, executive management, and let me say all protocol observed before we get the program started. Ladies and gents, we are behind schedule, so please don't feel in any kind of way if you are overgrazing or I feel that you're overgrazing. I'll just rise and you'll get a sign that probably it's time to kind of like wrap up so that we can be fresh and be ready. Tomorrow we've got a big day, by the way. We've got a conference, MITC conference, so it will be great if students, you don't go back to wherever you came from. You can join us. I'm abusing now my stage, Ms. Tukwayo, but if they can come along, that would be great. Can I please, for opening devotions, invite Ms. N. Khabaza just to basically get us all in tune with what's going to happen tonight. Ms. Khabaza, please take the stage. Thank you very much.
Lisa City Galako Chikongo Sie Nyani So Zongitanga Zongizizwe Masisuse Sindiso Amatolokwe Lilizwe Magakobe Pabigwako Sitezitizo Gilwimi Silokelu Tubolwako Yalankosisi Nganteli Imfundiso zeswilako Uze usiku selele Sive inyaniso yakho.
Father, in the name of Jesus, Thixo wethu ingcwele. Ngalomzuzu Thixo wethu xa sidibene kule ndawo. Sicela ubukho bakho Thixo wethu ingcwele. Asidelanga nto Thixo wethu. Siyazi somandla ebudeni benyanga asenzanga kakuhle. Kodwa Thixo wethu ngalomzuzu sicela inceba yakho engunaphakade. Sicela uthando lwakho Thixo wethu. Sesithi xa siqala lo mhlangano Thixo wethu siqale nawe. Uzosincede ke Thixo wethu. usincede sonini nanini ngoba sikule ndawo uzuhlala ezincakamini zamalume wethu sesithi konke sizakukhupha kule ndawo sikukhuphe kuba siyazi uba sizobumba ikamva labantwana bethu. Nazi Thixo wethu inkokheli zase-WSU, Thixo wethu oyingcwele, awenzanga ngoba Thixo wethu ubungazi ukuba bazabe bekhokhelele university Thixo wethu ngo-2024. You knew Thixo wethu. You knew that ngo-2024 they will be here. They will be making changes Thixo wethu oyingcwele. Uzusincede ke Thixo wethu ngabo. Uzubenze Thixo wethu babe hot like coals of fire and be untouchable to the enemy. Uzubenze Thixo wethu xa besenza utshintsho Thixo wethu kule university silungiselele isizukulwana zethu nezizukulwana Thixo wethu zezizukulwana. Bashiye Thixo wethu umgca oyawuthi ngenye imini wayekho wafika apha umntaka sonke wawubhala lo mbhalo ubhalwe koludonga. Asenzele thina Thixo wethu senzele abantwana bethu. Senzele abantwana babantwana bethu Thixo wethu oyingcwele. Uzusincede ke Thixo wethu namhlanje. Zezithi intetho ezizawuwa kule ndawo zingabililize kubantwana abagcwele kule ndawo. Bakhokhele amawaka ase-WSU. Abantwana bangekhange babe nayo opportunity yozofika kule ndawo. Kodwa bona bazofika kule ndawo wabenzela inceba bengayifanelanga. Siyacela ke Thixo wethu ngoba siyazi ngumzali futhi ubona apho singaboni khona. Uzusincede ke Thixo wethu namhlanje. Siqale iqale elitsha. Siqale ne-leadership entsha ebona ngokutsha Thixo wethu oyingcwele. Bawo siyakuthandaza egameni lika Yesu Kristu sithi enkosi mzali, enkosi Thixo wethu ngokuva amazwi akho kule ndawo. Futhi siyayazi uphendulile enkosi mzali. Bawo siyakuthandaza egameni lika Yesu Kristu waseNazaretha. Amen.
Inkosi mama siyabulela kakhulu. You may please take your seats. Thank you very much. We really appreciate being galvanized. You know, they say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And I like it when Umama says, at the end of the day, access to higher education, yes, it's a right, but not everybody is able to access and have this opportunity. And even more so when you happen to be in a position of leadership, which sometimes is not always a position of, it's a thankless position, as they say. And I like it when Umama says we're building a future. We are in pursuit as a university of excellence, and that excellence is going to be achieved as a collective. It's not going to only take the leadership in terms of the administration side, but from the student side, where we collaborate and work together to build a university that we want to see for generations to come. And I think Professor Songa has planted that seed, and we all need to rally behind that idea and ensure that we build a university that can cater for future generations. I'm not going to now start with the welcome remarks. That's not my part. There is somebody who's dedicated to that. I'm going to invite Mr. Mbambani. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Mbambani to come and do welcome remarks. Over to you, Mr. Mbambani. Please, ladies and gents, give a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Program Director, thank you for the stage. Good evening, everyone. And I think we will sing the same song of greeting specially our guests today. So I would like to greet our guest, led by our president, Zatumba Matigizela. My name is Snetya Mampambani. I work here at the university, responsible for university operations. It will be amiss for me not to acknowledge the presence of our Vice Chancellor. Thank you for coming through, Prof. Our registrar is here, Dr. Ndonzima, and again with a special welcome, our guest, Councillor Chapa. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming through. We are looking forward to your message of the day. I would like to just give a brief background to where we come from for us to be here, and I'll do my best to be brief. We ordinarily, Prof, do not do this occasion at this time of the year. We ordinarily do this kind of an occasion towards the end of the year. Just because the university, as many would know, had embarked on a very exciting process. And I think for the past 2 years, if I had come to a stage and I had not mentioned RNC, people will think that I'm not okay. So we went through an RNC process which is still ongoing. And as a result of such, we then decided, of course, as a collective in this institution, sometimes through lobbying and all the other things that goes with it, to postpone our election of the SRC to this year. And I would like to thank the students who participated in that process in making sure that we are here. I would then welcome, especially, my mom would say, the student affairs team, who have worked so hard and with such tenacity, grit, and everything you can think of to get us here. And I know more people who are going to do the thanks will do the thanks to that team, but I would like to also put my own special thank you to that student affairs team, and I will not pick them by name. They've worked so hard, sleepless nights, driving, crisscrossing the province and making sure that we get to this day. And we really, really, really thank you, colleagues, and we understand what you're going through every day. To work with students every day is never an easy task. And for you, I would like to say, keep it up. We are not, we are looking at you with such admiration for the work that you do. Mine is not to talk to the incoming SRC. I know that there are more appropriate people and qualified people who are going to do that today. But mine is to welcome them to this event, not necessarily welcome them as SRC members. I know Red will still do the honors as the day go by and appropriately put them into office. But I just want to thank them for the patience which I know was tested for them to just get to this day. I think the 14 or 15 days to get here was so much, given the material conditions on the ground, as they would call it, that needed them to be inaugurated immediately in order for them to do their work. And they were so patient to get here. And I would like to thank them for that. And my words that I will say to them as they come into office, and Dr. Ndonzima will remember these words. So to say, Mampele, Dr. Ndonzima was my president when we were still in these positions. So he was once our he was once our president, and he would remember these words because they would be said all the time. And some of these leaders would know that Fenon has been for generations a voice of reason to many generations in student leadership. And we've always drawn those who came from that world a great inspiration from Fenon, who came from France and when he was in Algeria, became a strong activist, also as a doctor. And he once said, in fact, I'll quote him, and these are the words I'll leave with these students today. He said, I quote, each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. Now, you've got 1 year. Believe you me, it's 1 year to fulfill it or betray it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause, ladies and gents. I'm not feeling this energy tonight. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you very much, COO. We appreciate that. I don't like it calling it a year because when it feels like long. I like calling it 12 months. And then you begin to minus from that 12 months the weekends or the days the way we are not going to be productive. So I think that time is really very short. And I like it when COO says, maybe that time must be used wisely. I think that's what he was trying to articulate there. I'm not trying to misquote you, COO, but I'm inclined to say there is really no time to think what you need to do. You just need to dive into your head first and obviously change things. Without wasting time, ladies and gents, just to give us a purpose for the day, I'm going to invite you, Dr. Mohanso, to please give us a purpose why we gathered here. They say in isiXhosa, awuyityi inyama when you don't know about what this meat has been slaughtered for. Over to you, Doc. Thank you very much. Okay, you happy with that? Okay, there we go.
Okay. Thank you. Program Director, Professor Songa, Executive Management, Institutional Leadership, honorable guests, President of the SRC, and SRC members, representatives from labor formations, staff and students, I bring very warm greetings from the Department of Student Affairs. It is such an honor for us to have you this evening, and for me, it's a privilege to provide the purpose of this ceremony. Consistent with our WUSU statute, and the section 2.6A of the SRC Constitution, today, 16 April 2024, marks an important annual event in the calendar of student affairs, wherein our constituted SRC will take an oath and be inaugurated in office. It is worth noting that EMC and our Executive Committee of Council noted the implications of RNC and granted approval for us to have this session today on the 16th, and not necessarily within that 14 days, as the CEO had explained. And we remain grateful for the support that EMC, Executive Committee of Council, and Council provided to us. Indeed, it was not an easy journey, but we embraced it. Therefore, this ceremony will serve as a reminder to the SRC that they have declared their services to the university. We are confident as a division that they will commit to lead with dignity and uphold ethical standards in everything that they do. They will serve in university governance structures, Dr. Ntonzima. They will serve and promote the interests of university and its community, student community. They will, of course, collaborate with both internal and external stakeholders in their pursuit of excellence and serving WUSU students. I believe they will create a very conducive living and learning environment that will enrich our student experiences and enhance their academic excellence. In conclusion, I want to affirm that we will provide requisite support to the SRC will ensure that your journey will be easy. Hold on, embrace the journey, will always be there for you. It may seem impossible as you start, but definitely you will get to the finishing line. All the best. We love you and we'll take care of you. Ke a leboga.
Thank you very much, Doc, for that purpose. I think you guys have not warmed up, and I still want you to warm up. I mean, I love you. We love you. You know, we love you. You know, that's such a big word. We love you. You know, we appreciate you. Doesn't come every day, does it? Doesn't often come. So when it comes, we must appreciate it, you know? Yeah, so thank you very much, Doc, for that. Can I invite Ms. Stukwayo to please do the introduction of guests? Over to you, Ms. Stukwayo. We've got a long week, you and I.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a special welcome to those that are watching via streaming. We've got a number, in fact, we've got many. I'm also on Facebook, so I'm following the numbers as well. So there's many of them that are joining us via various streaming platforms. And at the end of the day, this is about the students, so the students must understand what is taking place here. First and foremost, if the camera can then turn to the people that I am introducing, I'm going to start with the Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Songa. Now, Prof, when we did the induction for the interim SRC because of RNC, Uvisike goes to Port Alfred on the Sunday. And she stops because that's the day that we were supposed to have that induction, or rather the oath taking. Students, I suppose you will get what I'm saying. But babe futumele over. And one of them in that state that they were in says, Sisi ndikwazela kanene. Besitsho Vice Chancellor we university, so it's so important that you see Vice Chancellor so that ningambuzi esithubeni xa senimandi bana sisi ndikwazelaphi kanene. So that's the Vice Chancellor. We are so honored as a university to have Councillor Chapa, and she is the speaker of the OR Tambo District Municipality. You'll hear more from her a little later on. She is our guest speaker. Ms. Chapa, she's got a long history with the university, and her father served as a councillor on the WSU Council for many, many, many years. I think until Dr. Ndonzima, I think it was 2021 or 2022, somewhere around there. So the family is very familiar with us as a university, and they've always supported us, and we are so happy that you are here today. I think if you can just wave your hand, the beautiful lady in green over there, she is Councillor Chapa. Then we are also honored as a university to have Mr. Thomas, I nditike kuye Titi Tobile Thomas, he is. He is the CEO of KDBS, which is the electoral agency that ran the elections at WSU. If you can also just wave so that they can identify you, that is him. We are also joined online by Mr. Meje from the Department of Higher Education and Training. We still can use the word DHET, but the full name is Science and Innovation as well. So Department of Higher Education, Science and Innovation. So he will be joining us via streaming a little later on. I also want to acknowledge Registrar, who is a critical part of the governance structure of the university. Registrar Dr. Ndonzima, if you can wave, Doc, so that they can see you. He doesn't like waving. You have met my boss, COO, Mr. Sinetemba Mbambane. He was here just now. And we then have very important lady, Dr. Chembe, sitting next to the Vice Chancellor. She is the academic advisor of the university, works very closely with the Vice Chancellor. And also, I just want to acknowledge the team from Student Affairs. If you can wave from where you are seated. There's a number of them, so they dotted a little all over the room, but those are the people that take care of our students, all of them, and see to the needs of the SRCs, both at campus level and institutional SRC. Then there's two more people that I'm gonna ask to wave. ISRC president, it's a lady, Ubalungile Madikizela. And sitting next to her is USG, Usihle Mdingi, institutional SRC. I will also then like the 4 campus premiers to just stand up where they are. You are sitting quite far, so if you can stand where you are, campus SRC premiers. Yes. And then we obviously, when Ubalungile speaks, she will touch on itim yakhe that she's leading at an institutional level, and those that are at the campus level as well. But those are the guests that we have in our midst today, and we thoroughly completely appreciate the time that you have made to be with us this evening. Thank you very much, Program Director.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tukwa. Thank you. I was even tempted there to say I'm feeling a little bit sick. Why don't you take over the program director duties? But maybe tomorrow that could be appropriate. Colleagues, without wasting time, before Dr. Ndonzima takes the stage, I think our choir is around. So if we can just get an item from them. Without wasting time. Choir, where are you? Are you around? Let's save time, please. If you are, or unless you're coming to tell me something. Okay, are they almost here? Okay, great. Okay, let's just be patient, ladies and gents. Let them in so that they can entertain us for a bit. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Sing to me.
Thank you very much to our choir. I don't know, Sis Nziki, I'm looking at you, but time is against us, right? Beautiful, that was lovely, but in the interest of time, we might probably ask you to please maybe perform another song a little later. Let's try and manage time for now, but thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gents. Thank you so much. I see how this thing works, Reg. When you are going to take the stage, you know, so clearly people are singing very nicely to be put in their positions. Ladies and gents, without wasting time, I'm going to invite our registrar, Dr. Ndonzima, to do the cues that he is going to be doing tonight. Over to you, Doc. Thank you very much. Let's welcome him, ladies and gents.
Andimdanga Sia. We share a very important thing, Professor Lo, who is an MC. Our PhD supervisor, the late Professor Nas Ferrer from NMU. So something common. I will request the members of ISRC and campus SRCs, normally where there are no round tables. Today the event looks too English. We have you in front of everyone and facing in that box traditional thing. The venue is what you see. You will have to stand where you are and follow me. It's normal that you may keep your hand here or where you think you have a direct connection with what you'll be saying as a very important oath taking for this office. This is an important exercise, leadership, because if you breach the oath of this office, you may be charged. So it's a very important. We don't always charge people, but it does happen. So help me by standing where you are seated so that we can quickly take this part. You will raise your hand, which is your right hand, and follow after me. Abasebegqithi lapha ku leadership bangemi. Kume aba bafungiswayo bangenayo. You will raise your hand, the right one. There are ikhona indawo esafe bangayenza kuyo fisi. Hayi ke yani kule ndawo ikhonjiweyo. Ile ibinekhwaye. Oh, please get there. Kamandi speaker sizawufika ne TV izawufika. Yes. Yes. Student affairs ba-arrange kakuhle abantwana abafutshane bebe ngaphambili kakuhle izonke izinto ehlobo niqhele ukwenza ngalo. Yeah. Xa ndithi ayi ke leadership wena uzawubiza igama lakho liphelele Ayimuvi lento yakho mqhunyana. Ndiyoma phaa phambi kwabo. Ewe. Basike bakude kum. Ndifuna ubabona. Ndibe lapha. Okay. Gary, uthi manibe ndawo. Here. Hayi kaloku usonezandla zenu zibeka kuhle. You will follow after me where I say I umuntu ubiza igama lakhe. In the presence of everyone assembled here, and in full realization of the high calling of the SRC office and its responsibilities. I swear that I will be faithful to the students of Walter Sisulu University. And I will obey, observe, uphold, and maintain the SRC Constitution. I solemnly and sincerely promise that I will always discharge my duties with all my strength and my talents to the best of my knowledge and ability, and true to the dedicate of my conscience. Abide, obey, observe, and maintain all the values as contained in the SRC Constitution. Devote myself to the well-being of WSU and all of its students, and exercise confidentiality and the highest level of privacy of all propriety and private information concerning students, others associated with the university, and the university business. So help me God. Kanibuyele pha estafileni. Now sign yakulanda ine signature umuntu ngamnye. Awuza kumke amaphepha wenu. Awasayine officeini apha evekini. Enkosi.
Yeah, thank you very much, Reg. That was short and sweet. We'll give you guys a chance to take your seats, please. I'm done. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Reg. Thank you very much to the student leadership. I think it is now official. So if we were to say right from this minute, you are going to have to carry that burden of being a leader because there are responsibilities to undertake. But congratulations. And we wish you all the best. And may God guide you and may you make a difference in other people's lives. Leadership is not about an individual. It's about those that have put you there. But that's not for me to comment on. But I thought I might as well just, jump on the bandwagon, seeing that everybody's getting excited. Ladies and gents, I'm going to invite Mrs. Noago Mtiki to inaugurate the Src Premiers and ISRC president. Mrs. Noago, can I please invite you to take the stage, please? Ladies and gents, our hands together for Mrs. Noago. Stage is yours. Are you ready? Okay. You shake this shit. You shake, shake, you shake, shake.
Yeah, thank you, leadership. Lengoma isithatha endaweni isibeke endaweni. Isithatha la, isibeke la. Isisuse la, isibeke phaya. Let me greet everyone in the wonderful name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who died, who is soon to come again. Amen. I won't get into the introductions because the introductions were done by Ms. Tugwayo, but I want to say all protocol observed. Good evening. I'm going to do a very small part of inauguration of these SRC members, from campus SRCs to institutional SRC. When I looked at the dictionary, it said to me not to Google dictionary because of the age. It said it's the act of officially putting someone into an important position. So you are now here because these positions that you are going to occupy, okanye you have occupied, okokubeni mandisithi, you are not yet inaugurated, or you did not take any oath. You are a constituted SRC, but today you just taken the oath and you are now SRC members of Walter Sisulu University. Let's clap hands for yourselves. Finally, oath-taking inauguration. I want to say, before I get into the just 3 clauses in the SRC Constitution, I just want to say congratulations. In the induction that was held in Real St. Andrews, we said, we know it started with the nominations, and out of 147 nominations, these 42-member SRC emerged. It's not an easy thing. There were BGMs, bekukhona amahlathi. I know when you say amahlathi, you know. Because today you are nominated, tomorrow you are not in the list. And I think Mr. EA will tell us how because today you are on the list, but tomorrow you're not in the list. And I want to say today you are here, and congratulations. We also said in the induction, you were nominated. We know SRC elections in WSU are contested through student political organizations, individual candidates backed by student political organizations. But today, I want you to notice clause 2.2, or the SRC represents all university students in matters that may impact them, subject to council power and the Act, statute, and the rules. Clause 2.2 is very important, and I think in the induction, we stressed the importance of you representing all the 29,000 students of WSU, and today you are saying to the 28,000 that are watching, you are here for them. Please keep that promise, because it's going to be a very long journey. You have taken office. We constituted these SRCs on the 2nd of April, 2024. So the term of office starts from April 2024 to April 2025. Uchilo program director, he said, you have 12 months, and it's now 11 months, because we are right in the middle of April. So it means you can leave a legacy. There's another clause that I want to read to you that is very important. That says, you are here to promote university and the student interest. That's B of 2.2. So as we inaugurate you, please take note that the interest of the university and of the students. I won't get to E, but I want to go through and go to the 2.3 eligibility to serve in the SRC. You know, it was a very long exercise. We did not sleep with the EA in screening the candidates from different student political organizations and individuals. And it was a very rigorous exercise, making sure that you are eligible to be an SRC member. But I want you to notice
bendithe in the SRC induction. The SRC Constitution is your Bible. Every time we convene these occasions like this one, you always have your SRC Constitution with you. We're no longer printing SRC Constitution because you are supposed to have SRC Constitution everywhere you go. And we know that with your smartphones, you do everything. So it must be at all times, the SRC Constitution be at your service so that you serve its students. So I think it will remind you of your responsibilities as well. If we look at UL, UT, in order for you to be eligible, you must support the WSU vision and mission. It's very important. We said in the induction. I know you did not understand why we started with the induction, but we wanted to induct you into the policies of the university so that you understand them, so that when you discharge your duties, you know exactly the strategy of the university, the policies of the university. And we said we have a mission as a university, we have a vision, and you are part of that mission. We also said you are a governance structure representing students. You'll sit in council meetings, but when you are there, you are representing all the 29,000 that are not there. Ekugqibeleni, let me call my senior student development practitioners. As a token of appreciation, because we still have a long way, your appreciation to say to you today, we acknowledge that you are this structure that is very important to the university. Sinazo izinto that we are giving you today. That will remind you, each and every one of you that is leading, like your premiers, your president, to say, I hold this as a token of my promise to the 29,000 students of WSU. And every time the Filishuba, this journey is difficult, I'll go back and say, I will do due diligence to my work. I know you are doing this because one of the qualifications and the eligibility to be in the SRC, you must be somebody who passes your subjects, all of them, 60% of them. Itilend, whilst you are looking at your studies, doing what you are supposed to do when you come into the university, you also have these responsibilities of leading these students. I'll ask the president to come. It is written here, Balungile Madikizela, I SRC President for 2024. I will call upon the PCC and the senior practitioner there. Mvelo, please come. As a premier of Buffalo City, you have a responsibility of 4,000 and something students in BCC. We know it's a very huge responsibility, but this is what we are saying to you. Take that responsibility with pride and wear this. Please wear this with pride, Mvelo. Butterworth, please come. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yonela Kulwana, Src Premier for Butterworth. Yonela, you have a huge responsibility to lead students of Butterworth. Sesibona ke into abakwenzeka ntoni eButterworth because you are there. Thank you so much for availing yourselves to be that leader. Let's call Komani. Khumba, ngenza yethu. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sisamkele. So don't sitting with Sisamkele. Sisamkele Munyu, Src Premier for Komani campus. Thank you, Sisamkele, for availing yourself to be this leader of Komani in this RNC. We know it's a difficult one. Carry this with pride. Mthatha, the biggest campus of WSO. Come, Temba. We have received more than 3 emails already with demands. We demand from Tata, and unala voice yake, we demand from Tata. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Temba Zikali, Src Premier from Tata. Thank you for availing yourself to lead the biggest campus in WSO. Without wasting time, ningaphakama against campus in support of your leaders. Today, you are now inaugurated to the 2024 SRC for all 4 campuses and ISRC. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Noago. We really appreciate that. We're moving right along, colleagues. Okay. Okay, can we settle down, please? Thank you. We know this. It's going to be celebrations galore tonight, isn't it? Yes or no? Maybe. Not yet. Okay, midweek. There's work to be done. I'm going to invite we've got a representative from Department of Higher Education and Training, virtually, that would like to deliver a quick congratulatory message to our new leadership. And I hope that we are just about ready to be connected. Okay, yes we are. Cool, thank you.
Good evening. Program Director, the University Management in the House, SRC President, and your entire collective. My name is Sichaba Lehlonolomije. I am from the Department of Higher Education and Training in Pretoria, the Deputy Director responsible for student support and sector engagement. Thank you for inviting the department in this important gathering, the inauguration and oath-taking of the SRC. We would also like to express our congratulations as a department to the newly elected SRC. We also celebrate that the university has held free and fair and very successful SRC elections in the recent weeks. The students of WUSU has bestowed you with the responsibility, which is a statutory one, to represent them in governance and structures of the university, to also advance the vision and the mission of the university, and to advocate for student interest in these key structures within the institution. You need to remember that you have a dual responsibility to that as you advance the interest of students as leaders, you also have the responsibility to protect the interest of the university as a whole and its community where it is situated. President, leaving a legacy is important for the future SRCs to build upon. You and the SRC collective should aspire to shape a student body that will embrace the principles of tolerance, probity, accountability, honesty, and impartiality. It is indeed a difficult task, but as a department, we want to trust the students that have elected you that they have done so after doing their due diligence, and you are the best candidate to lead them in this regard. In the main, we believe that working with Student Affairs Department of the university, yours is to improve the living and learning experiences of students and to ensure that they have the best varsity experience throughout their stay at the university. With that said, we want to say all the best in your term and ensure that you participate and represent your institution well, both internally and at the national level. We will continue to engage with you at a national level and will participate at your induction as proposed for the 2nd of May 2024, where we will go deeper and engage you on some of the policy issues that we have in place as the department and also delve into some of the framework around student support and sector engagement within the sector. We look forward to that and we hope that we will participate and leave some of the knowledge that we have about the sector and share it with you and will enhance your tenure as the SRC of 2024-2025. With all that said, we wish you all the best in your term and we hope that you will represent your students very well.
Thank you very much to Department of Higher Education and Training. Colleagues and friends, students, I'm sure you can see that WSU is training even nationally and internationally. We get a message from D-Head. I mean, come on. Isn't that great? Fantastic, you know, because we live for D-Head and D-Head lives for us. That relationship is reciprocal. The fact that they're able to recognize when we do our events, we are making headways. We are making great progress. And you as the leaders, you must help us to strengthen this brand. Because it takes a village to raise an African child. And these African children that have chosen to be at WSU, they are going to be looking up to you for leadership and guidance and people that are going to vouch and put their heads on the block to make sure that their lives are going to change for the better. So I don't want to waste time and graze where I'm not supposed to be. It's time now to invite you back. The SRC leadership, I'm not sure if you're going to come, all of you, there's going to come a president. Okay. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the institutional SRC president to give a reply. Are you ready, Miss Matigizela? Okay, no more. Okay, over to you, young lady. Please come to the fore. Thank you very much.
You're right, Ndabulela. Bubelo bungaki.
I'm not sure if the mic. Oh, it's working. Good evening, everyone. Standing forth as already introduced by the MC of this session is Balungile Matikizela. Wow, okay. To our esteemed guests, the SRC, guys, this is the beginning of something beautiful. Andifuna ukuthi welcome because we'll be working together, but I look forward, colleagues. So, beginning this journey in a university like USU, being a student leader, I think it's a very challenging position because we are speaking of a university in truth that is historically disadvantaged. And we have a duty to make sure that i-university yethu xa abantwana base-high school bephuma besithi ndifuna uya-PPP, they count USU. It must be a university of choice. We are here singama-USU, singama-Xhamela, and we are proud because when we occupied these positions or when we contested these positions, we had a vision. Ukubana under my term as the institutional sport and culture, or under my term as the premier of BCC, I have this plan for this institution. And I trust and I strongly believe from the bottom of my heart that as our plans include or prioritize the most relevant stakeholder in this institution, which is the students. Standing forth, being here for that matter, is students is Sethembile. And I hope that we won't let them down. So when we speak of ESRC 2024, I want us to look back and say, we made history, that we left a mark. Ma kungabi ngathi bafikile nje baphinde badlula baphuma ngomnyango xa be reflector back his students, there's nothing to say, oh, by the way, we were led by you, Sam. I want us to leave a mark. I want us to be a historical SRC whereby we opened new doors for this institution and for the students of the institution. When people were looking at the SRC results, they said, hey, the SRC 2024 ingathi yabantwana nje. And that is good. That is very, very good. I think the time had come for us to be led by people who are still open-minded, people who are still energetic about what they want, and hopefully abantu abazograduate in record time. Zingaphi graduate apha endlini for 2024? Yes, Nelly, ndiyakubona. Lwando, congratulations, guys. Congratulations. And ndifuna si-adopte as a culture kuthiwa, hey, amawethu, ikose 3 years, umntu ayigqiba ne-8 years, hey, not with this SRC. No, not with us. So when we move to the issues of the students of USU, I think sitting here within this room, we're having Black academics, we're having leaders, and many more kinds of authority. And today, as I stand amongst, with them, and before them, I want to say that a university governed by a majority Black community must be united against e-policy that oppress our students, financial policies, administrative policies that seek to exclude our Black brothers and sisters. When we say that we demand, we mean that we're not going to stop until our students are free from the shackles of academic poverty. We shall continue to demand free education and end to racism and discrimination, a radical shift from neo-colonialism and colonial education systems, and a suitable environment for all students of all kinds. When we speak of academic poverty, as the SRC, we have a duty that students who leave Walter Sisulu University do not join the unemployment gap. It is the programs ezizovela kwalapha kuthi uba how do we assist constituencies zethu that are unemployed out there? How do we assist the constituencies zethu that are struggling to get certificates because of historical debts? We are here to bring ideas to the table. We're not here to have celebrity tendencies. Sizabai SRC ebonakalayo egroundini. Wearing this blazer does not automatically mean that I'm part of the management. I'm mingling with the VC. You know, you see me rubbing shoulders with the CFO and the COO. No. This is a student of Kabeleni. And I think that's a mistake that a majority of those who came before us, once you join SRC, you forget that you're a student. And unfortunately for when our contract, unlike those of the management, it's only 1 year. We only have 1 year to live, guys. So, with everything that is happening within the university and externally, I hope that in everything that we do, we prioritize abafundi. Because of Gqibeleni, ourselves, we are students. We relate to their problems. They knock at our doors at 1 a.m. in the morning. They call us 24/7. Now, and I want to say to SRC, as we form this relationship with the management, remember, today, as we are gathered here, bright lights, beautiful music, exquisite guests, kuthiwa singama-VIP, namhlanje le nto ingathi, we are the honored guests. But remember, tomorrow, the very same us will be called the hooligans. Comrade. And so I want us to keep that within our minds, to understand that we're not here to make friends. And I don't mean this in a negative manner, but we're really not here to make friends. We were deployed to these positions, sine duty, situnyiwe, we have a mandate, and we're going to make sure that we carry that mandate. Today, as we are being inaugurated and in our oath-taking ceremony, I want us to reflect on prior leaders that had been before us, the likes of Otsietsi. They were not old people, ababeno 30 or 40 years. They were not that well educated that they had PhDs and doctorates for them to engage in relevant meetings and contribute constructively to the development of what they were fighting for. So I want us to be confident in our pursuit of fighting for students. When I'm in a meeting with Prof. Songa, andinayo ne-junior degree ndiyayigqibezela, but that does not mean that I must succumb because, wow, it doesn't work like that. I want us to be an SRC that is going to be proud of our differences. And I love the diversity that I'm seeing within the room. Of course, I'm slightly offended that within us we have your Indians, your whites, but hey, and bone colored pendlini. But hopefully, moving forward, we'll also have those people. And I want us to remember that as the SRC, we have a very great mission, a mission of importance. There's no such thing as a university if there are no students. And at any point whereby that stakeholder is compromised, it disturbs everything. Uba kumaneke xa uqala unyaka kustrikwa. Once uthiwa students ziyatshisa, kuma finance, kuma admin, kuma res, phofu aba bantu could be the chance that on a regular day, the only people who have direct interaction with them is academic staff. But once we trust our stakeholders, everything is on hold. We must not forget that. We have power, guys. And we have authority within this room. And when we are delegated by our constituency to protect their interests, we are going to deliver that mandate. This is going to be a well-oiled machine. And when we move to 2025, we're going to look back to this moment and say, we are proud of ourselves. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Matigizela. Sure. Your lecturer must be quite proud of you, eh? Is your lecturer around or not around, really? Okay. Okay, you know what? When I hear, those words, Ms. Matigizela, I'm reminded that, as WSU, of course, you are right when you say students are, they're a very important stakeholder. But as a university, we are very deliberate because we're investing in young people. Because our belief is that the future of this country and the future of the world, it belongs to the youth. And if you don't invest in youth, you'll be left with nothing. Just to share a joke with you, a country in Norway, I think it's Slovakia. The government there, because there is lack of youth, they decided to incentivize people to multiply the population because there is no youth. But in Africa, it's the opposite. And I think our country is in good hands when I hear you speak the way you do. And by the way, you'll be glad to know that it's the first time at WSU, I think, where we have a first female black vice chancellor and a first female president at the same time. And a chancellor, there you go. So this university is hard at work in terms of its transformation agenda. And we are moving not only just paying lip service, but in the direction I think that society requires. I don't want to take up a lot of time. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor Rushila Nolundi Songa, to deliver a message to the new leadership. Please, ladies and gents, put your hands together. Thank you very much.
Oh, anicule mina xa ndize stage. Masishixizeni kancane. Yisho kaloku, shixizana. Okay. Thank you very much. You know, these songs remind me, back in the day, masishishixizanyana. Let me acknowledge our guest speaker, Councillor Xapa, and also Ntatele Hlogonolo Major online, and of course our ISRC President, Ms. Madikizela, now SG, Mr. Sihle Mdiki, and all the SRC leaders today. I won't take long, really. Suffice to say that I wish you all the best. And indeed, you have taken an oath, and in that oath, you have sincerely promised to execute your duties to the best of your ability and to protect the image and brand of WSU. Mema Dikizel, it's not easy to be a woman in South Africa. And it's not easy to be a woman leader in South Africa. So you have to be strong. And you are going to get a lot of friends. You are going to be abandoned by your real friends. You are going to get a lot of proposals from boyfriends. And you are suddenly going to be the star. But there's wolves in sheepskin. So you need always to be careful. But there are those angels that will come from nowhere that will hold your hand and guide you. To the male leadership you have a responsibility to protect the female leaders. Never take advantage of them. Make sure that you are beside them and protect them as you execute your responsibilities. Remember, Digizela, when you said that, we don't even have degrees, and I said to myself, back in the day, the leaders did not have the advantage of going to school, but they were educated because they read widely. They were intimidating, and those were the leaders of yesteryear. So part of the responsibility of today's leaders is to educate themselves, not only to complete their degrees, but to understand the politics. We lack that today. We have politicians who are not educated in politics. And I think it's something that we need to cultivate as leaders. We'll continue to engage with leadership. We will never stop. And therefore, you must never be afraid of approaching us at any day. We'll continue to engage with you. Sometimes we'll agree, sometimes we'll not agree, and it's okay. But what we need to always remember is to respect each other. In our first meeting, there was a lot of engagements. You were direct in what you required, but you never lost your respect. And I hope that it will continue that way. We must agree, we must disagree, sometimes passionately. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as we don't cross the line. Because at the end of the day, singo mama beni, nobody nathanda okanye anithandi. So our primary obligation is to make sure that we create an enabling environment for you. And I will tell you now, I don't care which political party you come from. Whether ANC okanye EFF okanye PASMA, yonke lonto, I don't care. What is important is that we should work together. And anyway, I grew up in an environment where my household accepted people from all political affiliations. That's how I grew up. So I don't have a problem. And maybe that's why at times it's confusing to other people, because they want me to say, so, that said, as management, because nathi sifuna kuba ne self-reflection, because sometimes we want to push because we are in power, see management, ne? So we need now to to keep a balance in terms of being adults, but also being able to accommodate students and finding a way. Sometimes we have sizitobe. And at times as adults, we think that we shouldn't toba ourselves because we're adults. But that is important, because in as much as we're adults, we learn a lot from you, because we live or lived in old school. Now nina niza nezinto ezintsha, and you challenge us. In our day, we used to respect our elders or people in authority. Automatically, nina niti, no, we have to earn your respect, isn't it? And therefore, it shows that the dynamics have shifted. Therefore, in as much as we may think that we are older than you, we're in authority, but we still need to understand that we need to work together and we need to meet each other halfway and sometimes seize it all. So, good luck. It's an exciting year, and make a difference, indeed. Any difference, it doesn't mean it's in make a difference in terms of ensuring that we achieve our vision. We protect our image. Nobody kumbile, protect the property of Wusu. And I always say, and I'll say this, and as long as I'm in this institution, singasidelelisi ngabanye abantwana. We must take ourselves seriously. The fact that we are Usu does not mean we are inferior. The fact that we are Usu does not mean that we cannot occupy the same stage with kids who come from other universities. And I always say that because of our challenges, we have learned to fight. We have learned to be independent at an early stage. How come it was spoon feed you up, isn't it? So that is why I will always be stronger. So I want us to be confident and make sure that we contribute to the success of WSU and its brand. Good luck and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, VC. Oopsie, it's a bit soon for that. We have not called for that. But maybe people are saying it's about to go down. Can I please then invite, before I do that, you see, I'm nearly forgetting now. I'm getting excited for tomorrow, Mr. Tukwai, you know what I mean? Okay, ladies and gents, before I invite the councillor to come forward, I'm going to just quickly read a bio, but let me just open it quickly on my smartphone, because the time is calling for that. Not just on a smartphone, an Apple. Okay, well, I'm marketing a brand that I'm not getting paid for. That's a mistake there. Okay, ladies and gents, we've got, if we may allow me to read the profile of Councillor Thandokazi Yoli-Sachapha. Early years, Councillor was born on the 10th of March, 1977 in Flagstaff, Upper Eastern Cape. She's the third of 6 children, born to apartheid activist and Umkhonto weSizwe veteran comrade Dumiso Layslot Chapha and stalwart Nokuzola Zoleka Chapha. She started her formative years in Manguzu village and completed a primary school at Mampelwaze Junior Secondary School. She later went to Ndaliso Senior Secondary School, where she completed a high school. Throughout her primary school and high school, she was an active member of the African National Congress. This saw her as a marshal of all ANC rallies. In 1997, she registered for BProc, a degree at University of Durban Westville, now UKZN, but did not complete due to financial challenges. At UDW, she was a member of SASCO, under business and politics. After dropping out of university, she went into construction and catering business for 10 years. In 2013, she decided to take politics full-time. She now holds a diploma in local government law and administration from the University of Fort Hare, National Diploma of Tourism Management from UNISA, Certificate in Municipal Finance and Supply Chain from Wits University Business School, and a Certificate in Leadership in Municipal Governance from Wits University of Governance. Currently studying BA in Criminology from UNISA. Her work experience, she worked as a speaker at OR Tambo District Municipality, Mthatha, December 2021 till present. A mayor of Inguza Hill Local Municipality of Flagstaff from 2021, August 2021, November 2021. A Speaker of Council in Inguza Hill Municipality of Flagstaff from August 2016 to August 2021. A Ward Councillor of Inguza Hill Municipality of Flagstaff from August 2011 to August 2016. And political attributes, a member of African National Congress, Chairperson of the ANC Women's League Eastern Cape, Deputy Chairperson of OR Tambo Region 2021 to date, Regional Election Coordinator from 2016 to date, OR Tambo, Convener of the ANC OR Tambo Regional Task Team from 2018 to 2021, a member of Regional Working Committee from 2015 to 2018, a member of the REC from 2012 to 2015 and from 2015 to 2018. Deputy Chairperson of Moses Kotana Branch, Greater Kokstad Sub-Region. Deputy Chairperson SASCO, University of Durban Westville. She is a visionary that is passionate about the development of small towns, education, empowerment of SMMEs, local economic development, black economic empowerment, and land ownership. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for our guest, Councillor Kapa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. I'm riding kula nto ibithethwa ngu-VC. Ibithethwa ngo-VC that it is for the very first time that was said by the Program Director that you have a VC who is a female as well as the President of SRC at the same time. Kuba ke ndingumntu ongumama ndime apha ndikhokhela abantu ongumama. I take pride in that. So we really appreciate. But before I get to my speech, but I think I want to say something, what was said by VC, that it is not easy to be a leader. Engumdong believe me, it is not. Ute VC, you get quite a number of friends. But what I know, because I've been in this journey, you become more attractive once you are elected. Believe me, you bakuthanda bonke once onyulwe. Because men always want their proxies in power. When people who are occupying position of power, they want their proxies. So they always want to make sure that you become their proxy. So, President, make sure that you don't become their proxy. But I can see and I can sense that you are not one of those. You must be a very powerful woman. Stand your ground. It will take you far. I want to say greetings to you, VC, professors that are here, the lecturing staff, the newly elected SRC, and the students in general, because I think they are watching virtually. I receive warm greetings from us, the OR Tambo District Municipality, on behalf of the 1.5 million people of this district. I am representing the mayor, Councillor Ngondwana, of which I understand why you invited him to be part of this. But I think it was God's grace because I am here and a president of SRC is a woman. So I fit perfectly to come and stand here. Councillor Ngondwana had an appointment with the MEC of Cocta in Johannesburg, so he had to leave this afternoon at 5 o'clock because the meeting is tomorrow. So that's why he's not here. And I was asking him, why me? Ndingusomlomo khangela kwaba MMC bakho man mayor baye pha because we've got a committee said, I think Makazi, he calls me Makazi. Makazi, you do have the understanding of student politics, so I think it is best that you go there. So I am happy to be here because I am learning a lot, and I think it is what a wonderful event. Yokuba nithi xa ningena officini, you are honored this way because this university is taking pride of you as the leadership of the students. Thank you very much, VC, for inviting us. We are really pleased as the institution. First, I would like to congratulate all the members who have been elected into both SRC and the CSRC. Would like to urge you all to take the confidence of the students in you seriously. Being elected into leadership role is a privilege, not to be taken for granted, and not to be, as many of you would have noted, the electorate has the ability to, the electorate retains the ability to take this privilege away from those of you who do not take it serious. I always say, if us as ANC were taking our responsibility and our electorate serious, we wouldn't be finding ourselves in a situation where we have to move up and down, pleading them to vote for us. But if we have taken that responsibility seriously, it will be an automatic, because we are in government, we are doing things, but because there are things that we are not doing right, that is why we are now campaigning. But if we have taken that responsibility not for granted, definitely there would not
not even need us to talk to them. They will just give that as vote automatically. So I am saying to you, leadership, leadership, leadership. I am saying to you, leaders of the students, you must never take this opportunity for granted. It is an honor to be invited again to this important gathering in this institution, WSU. Ndivile ke kwenye indawo kuthiwa nifune into kuthiwa niwusu. You must say WSU. So I came here prepared that you don't want to be called WSU, you want to be called WSU, formerly known as UNITRA, before amalgamation. Allow me to take a reflection of how we arrived at the current setup of tertiary politics. In 1976, brought a new dimension, a new dynamic in student politics in general, as students marched in the streets, which amongst their demands was the establishment and the recognition of democratic institutions like SRC. This led to the birth of student formations like COSAS, AZASCO, NUSAS, PASO, and many that existed. AZASCO gave birth to SANSCO, which merged with NUSAS to form SANSCO and later became SASCO. UNITRA students have been at the forefront of education transformation, which saw the establishment of SRC nationally in both secondary and tertiary institutions. Educational transformation is not enough if it does not include the pedagogy transformation, which must be informed by societies. Hence, Paulo Freire says, one of the scholars once said, education is is a too important matter to be left in the few hands of academics, but it must involve its people. This suggests that our education must be informed by what communities need most and what affects them to bring about practical solutions. Before 1994, tertiary education was engulfed with a plethora of challenges like difficult access, financial exclusion, academic exclusions. However, the new democratic dispensation led by the ANC brought about a new reforms like NSFAS. Of course, there were challenges which you know better, of which we believe the government is dealing with it through policy evaluation as well as amendments. SRC is the most critical stakeholder which must work together with the council to drive the educational transformation. Currently, our tertiary institutions are confronted with overpopulation, crime, dropouts, and curriculum challenges. The challenges you will be confronted with are further compounded by historical and location legacies of the university. Vice Chancellor, I am not too certain at this stage on the progress achieved so far regarding the post-merger and creation of a multi-campus university that is located predominantly in poor rural villages. Again, VC, this challenge you and the SRC collective team are facing is the same we as local government, we are faced on a daily basis. And of course, you know that is the rural areas, poor infrastructure and underdevelopment. Therefore, we share a lot of commonalities. This calls on us, both institutions, to collaborate to find solutions for our collective challenges. We also need to look at how we preserve the legacy of Walter Sisulu, whom this institution was named after. We need to look at what were his beliefs, principles, character, so that we are able to link our strategies along to that. We used to produce good doctors and lawyers, so we have to measure ourselves against that barometer. WSU is the only legacy that we are left with as people of War Tambo, as the most institutions had to be closed down in 1999. So we have to make it a point that it does not dwindle in like a cyclone. You know, there were quite a number of institutions of higher learning during prior 1999, but most institutions were closed. So this is our pride as OR Tambo. In addressing the newly elected leadership, I would like to focus on the transformative leadership. In my mind, this concept suggests that as leaders, we must empower those we lead to accomplish positive change through big vision, inspiration, and to call for action. Do not be alarmed by big vision, and your test must always be that the vision is practical so that its impact can be measured. The great Chinese leader, Dr. Deng Xiaoping, who took over from Mao, had big vision for China. That was to modernize, produce for the world. China is well on its way to the world dominance in all significant areas of globally. So it means if you have a vision, it's possible that you can achieve that. In conclusion, transformational leadership must also be inspirational. Human nature requires hope. Hope is inspirational. However, for you to inspire the students you lead, you must diagnose correctly the key challenges they are confronted with. This will ensure that the solutions developed are addressing their needs and aspirations. This leads to an interesting challenge for you as leaders. That challenge is how do you manage the student aspirations and the objective realities of the important institution of higher learning. Navigating these leadership contradictions will be a challenge and a steep learning curve for many of you in this collective. Critically, as a collective, you must be able to work together, understand your collective strengths, weaknesses. This will ensure that you work for each other as you move forward. Each one of you have to take responsibility for your portfolios, but be aware that the outcomes of your work will contribute to the success of this elected collective. Collective leadership becomes equally challenging when considering that SRC is drawn from different organizations with different objectives when contesting for power. Therefore, molding this collective leadership into coherent group will ensure that you achieve your set objectives. Do not be drunk by power. Our patrons, Tata Sisulu and O.R. Tambo, were transformational leaders. They had a big vision for our country. They inspired confidence and hope to many of us and into the future. Many, because of the challenges we are facing today, forget that O.R. Tambo is the midwife of the South African Constitution. His thoughts are captured and reflected in the Bill of Rights. Corruption, incompetency, and weak leadership erodes confidence. Once you lose the confidence of the student body, your task to unite and solve their challenges will be extra difficult. Avoiding scandals is a unique challenge that you as a collective must navigate and resolve. Lastly, as a collective, you must show interest for the task you are entrusted with. You must always seek to be effective. As stated before, transformative leadership is about building positive and practical legacy. As the great Amika Cabral once said, open quote, always bear in mind that the people are not fighting for ideas. They are not fighting for ideas in anyone's head. They are fighting for the material benefits, to live better in peace, to see their lives go forward, to guarantee the future of their children. This quote reflects both the challenge and the solution you as leaders must confront and resolve. Once again, thank you, VC, for the invitation. I wish the students' leadership all the best in their year ahead. Once you settle down on your roles, we will invite you for further engagements on leadership. As O.R. Tambo, also want to say, I think 2 weeks back, we had a council meeting. And in our council meeting, we had an item that was us as an institution agreeing that we must have a memorandum of understanding with the university or WSU. So use advantage of that MOU. Because we said, I said to them, because I'm the speaker, I was chairing, I said, I find it very strange that we are able to travel to Johannesburg to go and study a certificate in leadership or study CPMD, whereas we can be able to do CPMD next door, cutting the costs. So I'm calling upon you, WSU, to think about that. So that because VETS is making a lot of money from that. Making a lot of money, I guess, all over the country, municipalities are taking their councillors to a vet school of business and school of governance. So we must think about it so that we don't take the legal man that we have as OR Tambo to go and plant it in Johannesburg. We must invest next door. So I'm calling upon you to look about that. Remember, councillors are drawn from a BGM meeting. Simple call a meeting of 50+1. The next thing you become a councillor. The next thing you become a mayor. Then once you get into the institution, it is then that we must educate you and make you understand the industry you are in. So we've got those programs. We need institutions of higher learning to think around that, so that the little money that we have, we invest in WUSU. Because now we take our students to Forte, to VETS, and other schools. We take them to Menkosa. I don't want to say anything about that. Just leave it there. So it is important, therefore, for WUSU to take up on this. Use that MOU that we have signed. We are inviting you. Come to us. Our arms are open. To the leadership, I am happy that I can see quite a number of women in this leadership. I'm happy with that because it is really difficult. Generally, women are not elected to powers to offices like this. So I'm happy with these political parties that have managed to make sure that women are represented. I'll give you a few examples. In local government, the voters' roll says 51% of the people that are registered are women. Now, as I'm talking to you, 51% of the registered voters are women. We get into council. When you look at the council holistically across the country, only 37% of those people that are councillors are women. But remember, I said 51% of the registered voters are women. And again, when we look and analyze the voting patterns in the last elections, 59% of the people who went out to vote are women. But when we get to the point where we must elect, we only get 37%, which is not fair. We are the majority in terms of population. Women are the majority in terms of being in the voters' roll. They are also a majority in going out in numbers to go and vote. So I'm saying to you, women that are here today, already in position, please, let's not get lost of you. Please, let's make sure that as you get out of the system, we retain you in this industry so that we do not lose the little that we've got of you. Thank you very much. I am really thankful that I was invited. I was once in student politics. I'll give you a few examples before I sit down. I was a student sometime in University of Durban, Westfield. Get lethu ke xa kuzaba khona i-SRC elections. Kwakuthiwa yiza nemanifesto yakho. Kwakuthiwa yiquiz ke xa ibizwa. There was a huge lecture hall where everyone was our contestant. Sibizwe sonke phaa sizi students, invite, and then we quiz you uba uthi uzawusenzela ntoni sizi students. And then there was this guy who was a friend of mine. Wayengaboni kahle, wayengaboni. So he would come to me, ndimnike notes, and then azithathe ziyokopya for ibe phaa kwi-braille akwazi uba notes. Now we contest elections. He stands there, and then there was this guy from Umlazi, a Zulu guy from Umlazi township. He says, awusitshele mfethu ngoba uyimpuphuthe uma kuthiwa na amaphoyisa azosishaya uzosibotshela kanjani. Can you imagine? And I was so traumatized. Hey, le nto contest inzima inje. And then there was another one. I don't know where did they get information. And then another guy said, akuniki logic ke mfethu ngoba manje wena siyeza ukuthi wake wahamba wayobala isister wahluleka usuza la uzokhokhela sazi ngani ukuthi awuzohluleka ngoba wahluleka uba isister awusitshela mfethu. So I got traumatized and I said, I will never contest elections. And little did I know that I'll end up being a ward councillor. So you can imagine being a ward councillor and being a speaker and a mayor and all of that. The person that you invited, Councillor Ngondwan, he was once a mayor of Senyandeni and he was very irritated. Ati Magas, andinoqaba ndazogeza amaqaba ndisisifundiswa nam an-advocate ndiyaphuma kule nto nondithukwa nabantwana abantu abangafundanga. I am trying to say that's the pressure you get when you are a leader, but you must soldier on. So nani nizawuthukwa nenziwe yonke into, but you must understand why you are here and you must continue to pursue and represent the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Thank you. Kodwa ke, to thank you is not my role. There is somebody assigned that will take on that task. Can I invite the choir? No, I see you now. You are getting angry with me because I'm making you get cold. I was not behind the mic. Councillor was speaking. We all had to listen. Okay, just give us just one last song, a very short one, so that you can be released, please. Thank you so much. Just a short, quick one, so that we can get on to wrapping up things. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gents. You see, I've got my right-hand lady there. Focus, I'm losing it now. I don't know, maybe it's close to supper time or something. Something is cooking. I'm going to invite now Professor Nguzamduba to do a vote of thanks. And then just after that, we'll request just the choir to please, sing a national anthem for us. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Professor Mduba Nguza to do a vote of thanks for us. They call a bullet.
Nam bendicela ke tana uphakanyisa into ndabona ixesha limkile. Hey. Shiqi. Thank you, Program Director. To the Chancellor of the University, Ms. Gobodo, to the Chair of Council, Advocate Ngugai Toby, to our Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University, Professor Rochella Songa, to Executive Management, as well as senior leadership, to all the staff members, to all the colleagues, to all the students, to all the special guests in the house, which are our student leadership, as well as to all our special guests, Councillor Kapa, and also the rep from Department of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Mr. Miji, and also to our special guest, Mr. Thomas, who has made this day a success. And also to all our colleagues and students and our guests online. I greet you all in the name of Jesus. Amen. It is really an amazing day for all of us at the university to have such an important celebration or oath-taking of our student leadership. I feel so honored that I should thank you all in your respective spaces for the hard work that we have put in together for this day to be such a success. Let me start with Mr. Thomas. I'm told that he was working behind the scenes to make it happen that all our elections became fair and just. Thank you very much, sir. I cannot actually not mention the fact that even if he was there, there was the Registrar's Division also assisting together with Student Affairs team. Thank you very much, colleagues. Sometimes, because we are not necessarily involved in those activities, when we see such beautiful days where everything is going well, we think that we take that for granted. You must know that you are shining stars in your respective spaces. We are all proud of you. To you, Student Affairs, under the leadership of Mr. Mbambane and also Dr. Mohaso, we really appreciate all of your work that you are doing, whether we see you, whether we don't see you. Keep on shining in pursuit of excellence. To our Vice Chancellor, a woman leader, I cannot say anything more than that. All the women leaders in the house have already alluded to that. Keep on keeping on. We are behind you. Thank you very much for your leadership, Prof. To the student affairs DDs, because that's where the work starts, colleagues at the campuses. Keep on doing your best. We really appreciate you, because everything starts with you there and then it goes up. So keep on doing your best. We are really embraced that we have you amongst our midst in our university. Last but not least, let me thank all of us in the room and also out online for making this day a success. I'm not forgetting the audio, the videos, the cameras. I'm not also forgetting the organizing team under your leadership, Ms. Tukwayo. We thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Let me thank you, leadership. Leadership, everything has been said to you. We thank you, even if you were elected by other students, but we thank you that you remain resilient and accepted that you can take our university afar. Thank you very much, leadership. We wish you all the best, but remember the core values of our university, which are honesty and integrity, quality and excellence, respect, and Ubuntu. Lastly, let me thank you, Program Director, for making us alive throughout. I cannot forget the choir, and I'm worried that I was whispering to Mr. Mbambane saying that, hey, seemingly we are going to have a tough competition this year when we have our graduation ceremonies in all the faculties. As I can see that you are fully prepared. All the best. Thank you very much for making us live. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you so much. You know, when Prof does a thanks, her thanks speech, you don't want it to leave the podium. She does really deliver at the highest level, and you want to just hear it going on and on and on. But colleagues, without wasting time, I'm going to request the choir to please just, just a national anthem. I know you feel cold, but the food is just about to be served. Please just bear with us. Just one last item. Can I please make announcements now, Ms. Tukwayo, before? And then once the choir has completed that item, can I request, please, the VC's table to proceed to the dining area? Ziggy, where about is the dining area again? Okay, just further down. And then the rest of us, we will just, then the university staff members will follow, and then the student leadership may follow. We are still leaders after all, right? But the levels, isn't it? It's levels at the end of the day. Okay, thank you very much to the choir. Can we please have that national anthem? May we all please rise, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Sorry to the main table, VC and Mr. But they're trying to just set up quickly. I'm just going to request the band just to give us one item, just to give them a chance to make sure that they're ready for you. I'm so sorry. I think I jumped the gun there. Please forgive me. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. One last announcement. I'm so sorry. I promise it's for the last time. I promise. I really promise it's for the last time. To our guest speaker, Councillor Kapa, our token of appreciation from WSU to yourself, please allow us to deliver it to your offices. There's just been a lot going on this week, so please just accept that from us. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Twanami kuyabongwa kubongo kade bongo kulu Twanami kuyabongwa sekubongo kade bongo kulu Twanamu bobo ngalobo yo wemtwanami yo kubongo kade bongo kulo asiya sonke bo wemtwanamu bobo malobo tona yo khulu Mntwanami ubabonga lokho okutholayo Wemntwanami kubonga okuncane kubonga okukhulu Wengithi isandla siyagezana Wemntwanami kubonga okuncane kubonga okukhulu Isandla siyagezana Wemntwanami kubonga okuncane kubonga okukhulu Wemntwanami ubabonga lokho okutholayo kubonga okuncane kubonga okukhulu Wengane yami ubabonga lokho okutholayo Wemntwanami kubonga okuncane kubonga okukhulu One more time, Mntwanami ubabonga lokho okutholayo kubonga okuncane kubonga okukhulu Awetshetshe wengithi isandla siyagezana Hayibo kubonga okuncane kubonga okukhulu Senijahile ukuthethinda phinde sibonane Angeke ngize ngiphile ngaphandle kokuthola uthando kuwe Iziyiswele uphuma baby izifike kuwe And I won't lie, 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 lie Your love is blind, 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 blind And I won't lie, 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 lie Your love is blind, 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 blind Ra-pa-pa, 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 And I won't lie, 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 lie Your love is blind, 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 blind And I won't lie, 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 lie Your love is blind, 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 blind Ngeke ngizengiphosa empilweni yami sithanda uyikokoke Angeke ngize ngikhohlwe ukuthi uthando lwethu luyikokoke Ngiyazifela ngawe my baby Uzongizalela sikhulisa isibongo sami my baby Ra-pa-pa, 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 And I won't lie, 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 lie Your love is blind, 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 blind And I won't lie, 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 lie Your love is blind, 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 blind. And I want line, 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 line. Your love is blind, 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 blind. Ra-pa-pa, 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 ra-da-da, ra-pa-pa, ra-pa-pa.
Get away, get away, get away is all I wanna do. Little getaway with you, oh baby. Hey. Get away, get away, get away is all I wanna do. Little getaway with you, oh baby. Yeah. Together, and it feels right. Oh, how I love kicking with you, baby. It's all I wanna do, baby. Nothing better. We're together, and it feels right. Oh, how I love kicking